we go. Welcome to you all. Welcome. So glad you're joining us on this first Sunday of May. I can't believe I'm saying that. And I saw a meme on Facebook that said, I now know why they call it May. Because it may be snowing, it may be raining, or it may be 85 degrees. And that's been my experience so far this May. How about you? Right now, I'm going to turn it over to our wonderful band. We've got the full complement today. I'm so glad to see everybody here. Let's stand and we'll sing some wonderful music together.
Anything is possible when you believe. You know anything is possible when you believe. You can make a mountain move when you believe. You know you can make a mountain move when you believe. Don't you know that you can change your life when you believe? Yeah, don't you know that you can change your life when you believe in yourself? In yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe, yeah, we're gonna make a miracle when you believe. You know you're gonna make a miracle when you believe. Don't be afraid to move out there, you folks. You know everything you want, you got when you believe. You know everything you want, you got when you believe in yourself. In yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe, sing, I believe in me. Take a look at each other. Yeah, I believe in you. We believe in each other. There ain't nothing we can do. No, 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 no. I said I believe in me, and I believe in you. We believe in each other. There ain't nothing we can do. No, anything is possible when you believe. You know anything is possible when you believe in yourself, in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself. Oh yeah. Good morning, everybody. Will you take a minute to greet some of those faces out there? I'm in the right place right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 Well, we would like to invite our kiddos up. Any children who are here today for our kids program? We are going to sing them off to their beautiful outdoor springtime classroom. I was walking these woods before service, and if you haven't taken time to really make your way back into those trails, especially right now, man, spring is springing and the ferns are unfurling, and it's a great place to be. We're so lucky to be here. Let's sing Hooray for the World, I'm glad to be on it. 1, 2, 3. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. The world's got trees and bumblebees, rivers and lakes and the open seas, mountains and valleys and animals too, and a sun that shines on me and you. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. We got Mother Nature and the human race.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Philip Flores. I'm today's practitioner of the day. Welcome, welcome. If you all have a phone, put it away. Except for me, I'm going to need it this morning. I had a good inspiration for today's invocation, and it came at about 4:30 this morning, so I had to read it and write it down. So join me in this opening invocation. Divine presence surrounds me, and I welcome it. This source of life is my life, is your life, and is all life. This amazing moment is a gift in this thing called life. I relax, I let go. I bring the willingness of awareness and contemplation to this time together. Today is a journey home into my heart space. Home is where the heart is. I ask myself, where is my heart? My heart is right here, right now, in this moment. My spiritual journey has brought me to this very moment. I am home. Home is this sanctuary. Welcome, welcome home.
May I never lose my wonder. 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 Let's sing that again. May I never lose my wonder. 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 Wide-eyed and mystified, may I be just like a child, staring at the beauty of the world. Wide-eyed and mystified, may I be just like a child, staring at the beauty of the world. May I never lose my wonder. 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 Wide-eyed and mystified, may I be just like a child, staring at the beauty of the world. Wide-eyed and mystified, may I be just like a child, staring at the beauty of the world. May I never lose my wonder. 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 Hear me, call of a raven. See me, magnolia unfolding. Move me, gentle waters, pour me overflowing. Tell me, quaking of aspen, show me tender rose. Love me, heart of wonder, breathe me understanding. Now is all there is. I am one with all. of it. Oh, yes, now is all there is. I am one with all of it. Hold me, echoing canyon, soothe me, song of a dove, fill me, moon over ocean, guide me the way back home. Now is all there is. I am one with all of it. Oh, yes, now is all there is. I am one with all of it. Hear me, call of a raven, see me, magnolia unfolding, move me, gentle waters pour me overflowing, pour me overflowing. Let's sing Now Is All There Is. Now is all there is. I am one with all of it. Oh, yes, now is all there is. I am one with all of it. Now is all there is. Oh, yes, now is all there is. I am one with all of it. Now is all there is.
Thank you. That's one of the new ones, huh?
You know, it's a year old.
Is it a year old? But I guess I just haven't.
But it's been a
learned it
year.
yet. Yeah, it's been a year. It's been quite a year. Well, welcome again, and especially welcome to those of you parents who have little ones. I want you to know that we are so grateful and happy that you're bringing your babies, and it's become sort of a baby circus in the back of the room, and it's wonderful. However, we're working really hard to find some folks for you guys who can watch the babies so you don't have to do this. But in the meantime, welcome. So Zena and I are starting a new theme for the month, and it's called the Inner Arc of Discovery. And it has to do with the overall theme for the year, which is your soul's journey. And so I chose to speak about the journey home today for a couple of reasons. We just had a wonderful member of our community pass away, and you know, it was way before that person thought they were going to be leaving. Of course, I feel that way a lot, and I have a feeling I'll feel that way when I'm 90 too. It's like, now? Already? So the journey home was one of the things I got to talk with that person about. So in the larger sense, of course, home being beyond this life. But today I want to talk about the journey of inner discovery, the inner arc that you and I are participating in simply by being spiritual people. And I'm assuming that most of you here are here because you have an interest in spiritual matters and you're following the guidance that you have, or maybe someone twisted your arm and got you here. But so they're trying to get you to follow your inner arc. I don't know. But I know for most of us, we're here because we're interested in how to live a life that is spiritually based and therefore brings us a degree of inner satisfaction and possibly joy that when we don't follow that inner arc, we don't have as clearly. So this talk, I prepare my talks in the morning, very early in the morning on Sundays, because lots happens during my week, and often there's things there that help me think about the talk in different ways. So this went in a completely different direction than I thought it would. While I was visiting with my family, one of the things with 5 children that they are doing is they are doing what's called a value sort. And I don't know if you've heard of that. I think you can download it online. But it's a set of cards that you print out and then cut up. And you have 3 categories: most important, important, and not important. And the values are things like everything from responsibility to adventure to flexibility to family to sexuality to, it's just a huge amount of cards. And one by one, the mom and the dad and the kids are going through and finding out what is the most important to each of the people in the family. So they had me do it. And that was fun. I'm weird. I like stuff like that, don't you? I mean, I don't think it was super fun for the husband. It was sort of like, you will do this now. And so he was a great husband, and he did. But what it showed me was how critically important it is to be in touch with the inner life and the inner set of guidance points that we have. And so as I was thinking about that, I was remembering this incredible book that I read years ago that's still one of my favorite books by Phil Cousineau. And it's called The Art of Pilgrimage. And I wrote it years ago because I knew I wanted to go to Ireland, and I knew that Ireland was not about seeing anything other than the sacred sites and maybe a little music on the side. So I read his book, and so one of the things, I'm going to read this to you because it's really kind of there's another call, and that's the one I'm talking about. The one that arrives the day when what once worked no longer works. Sometimes people in the Jim wants me to help him heal his fear. We investigate the fear in his body, try to learn how it works, where it lives. He feels it in his chest and deep in his belly. We do some meditation, some visualization. We make some progress. He feels a bit safer, but still, the fear is a persistent companion. Finally, I ask, is there ever a time when the fear goes away? Never, he says. It's always there. There must be a time, I suggest. Think now. Try to remember. Jim takes a few moments to scan the memories he carries deep in his body, listening for a moment of quiet, any respite from the residual terror. Something gently shifts in his face. He has remembered something. When my daughter was born, he says, a smile takes shape. When I saw her for the first time, I loved her instantly and completely. And in that moment, I don't think I felt any of that fear. When else, I ask? There are other times when I'm working with my hands building furniture. I love making things with my hands, being quiet and focused on making something beautiful. Also when I take walks. Sometimes I go off and take walks alone. I watch the sky, the mountains. I love being outside. And when I'm walking, I'm not afraid. So where do we begin following the inner arc of our own inner discovery? We begin in places like that have held us captive, perhaps. We begin in places that have been limited or limiting, places that have been closed. And that's one side of the arc, right? An arc, like a rainbow. Think of it like that. Because it's not bad, and this over here is not good. It's just your own personal journey. And one of the things that I've noticed in myself is that I like it over here. And so I tend to make that over there wrong or bad or something wrong with me or something wrong with the world or whatever. And what I've noticed in my own inner arc is the more that I can appreciate the whole journey, including the hard parts, including the terrifying parts, including the devastated parts, and know that they are part of my discovery of something in me, working through me, that takes me into my own deep self, the juice and the joy. If I can appreciate the arc, all of it, then all parts of me belong, and there's nothing left out. And that's part of what I've discovered about this journey, is that the moment we try to leave any part of ourselves out, we're lost. Because it's our journey. It's part of who we are. It's built us. And it's not pleasant. I'm not saying it's great. But I am saying it's important to own and to work with. Because that's part of what restores us to ourselves. So, because Wayne is a Christian minister, he ended that story with a quote from John in the Gospels of the Christian tradition. And there's a line in there that really applies here. Perfect love casts out fear. Isn't that interesting? Perfect love casts out fear. And so in the story of Jim, of course, the love for his daughter, the love for being in nature, the love for creating beauty through his hands and his woodworking, perfect love casts out fear. And so for today, I mean, we're going to be talking about this all month, but for today, what I wanted to talk about, or really to ask you, is what do you love? Because the old hermit was right. Pass by what you do not love is a great instruction for the spiritual path. It's not necessarily the instructions that we received when we were young. In fact, often the instructions I got were do what you don't love. Good old Irish family. Do what you don't love. This will build character. Yes, and I'll learn to hate it for the rest of my life, right? And also, we're trained to look at things that are not about our inner life, but are about outer values rather than inner values. That's what the value sort was for me. It revealed that I've been living my life for many decades now, true to my values. And the values they don't mean that I have to be impoverished, but it also means that money was never a focus, right? And yet, daughter of accountants, I was supposed to have money as a focus. And I was supposed to be really good at it, which actually I am. But, we were trained to look at things on the outer level. And the reason for that, of course, for most of us was that our people wanted us to be okay. They wanted us to have enough. They didn't want us to starve. They didn't want us to be unable to do what we wanted to do in life. And so money and prestige and work, even if it was stuff we hated doing, was important. So they were like the other hermit on the other side of the road going, no, do what you hate, because you'll make a boodle of money and you'll be able to do whatever you want later. But later sometimes doesn't happen. In fact, it's kind of predictable that for some of us it's not going to happen, right? And so instead, the inner arc of discovery asks us to look at a whole different set. And the set we're looking at is what we love. Why is that important? Am I just being some sort of like Pollyanna positive person? Well, I am that. But no, I'm actually saying this because in our tradition, and in many spiritual traditions, there's an understanding that our emphasis, the things that we're drawn to, the things that literally bring us juice and joy, those things are actually why we're here as souls. And we have a very unique emphasis that's ours alone, that those things that we love are part of somehow. Now, part of the inner arc, and I'm sure we'll talk about this later, is figuring out how to do that. That's a whole different talk, and I only have 3 minutes left. So instead, I really want to leave you with the question, what is it that you love? Can you name it? Don't worry about whether it makes money. Don't worry about whether it reaches societal approval. Don't worry about if people are going to think you're weird because you love that. I have a friend who thinks I'm weird because I love dogs. Come on, really? But then my daughter has a cat. I'm this way about cats, So it doesn't matter what other people think, in other words. Rather, it's important to know what you love and if you're doing it enough, right? I mean, it might not be your profession. It might be your hobby. It might be something that threads its way through all that you do, and you're very fortunate if that's the case. But when you know what it is, then you can begin to make room for more of it and not wait till retirement, which may never come, and not wait for somebody else's approval, because that'll never happen. But instead, following the inner arc, those things that we love bring us into a different place within, open us to living life full of joy, even in the midst of all that's happening in the world. And I'm not here to say nothing horrible is happening. Horrible things happen all the time. But do you think it's the people who are focused on that change it? No. It's the people who have built an inner reserve of juice, of joy. It's the people that are restored and renewed, that have the energy and the capacity to work with the difficult problems in the world. So not only is this a lovely thing to contemplate, but actually it's important to all of us that we all contemplate this and then move more and more fully with the things that our unique presence here tells us to love. I would love someday if we all just had a fair where we all set up little booths and we showed everybody else what we love. It would be so fascinating with this group, wouldn't it? It'd be so fun. I'm sure we'd eat well, that's for sure. So it's something to think about. And what I noticed with doing the value sort with my grandchildren and my daughter and her sweetheart, I noticed that, the children had a different, focus. The most important thing for all 5 of them was friendship. And I remember that when I was a child. You're in school, the most important thing is to have an ally, to have someone that gets you, right? And friendship weaves its way through all of our lives, and we are the loneliest cohort in the history of the United States, and probably globally, because of COVID. So I could relate. My top one, family. My daughter's family. So as we follow the arc, things become more crystallized in terms of what's important to that joy. And so for you, what perhaps you loved at an earlier phase in your life may have shifted. That's why contemplation of what's true for you is so valuable. So I'll do a prayer, and we will go into Gourmets for Good, which you'll hear about in just a moment. So please join me in this knowing. Truly, each one of us is a unique expression of the vast divine energy that fills all that is. And in our uniqueness is our strength, our power, our joy, the juice that we were brought here to this planet to offer in some way and in some fashion. This unique expression is no accident. We arrived here full of it. And so I accept for you, and I know for myself, that it hasn't gone anywhere regardless of the arc that we have been traveling, that even the negative experiences are an opportunity to open to a deeper understanding of what feeds us, nourishes us, heals us, opens us, and brings us great joy. And so I accept joy. I accept awareness of what brings each of us love, brings us joy, and causes us to be nourished so that we can be part of a vast solution, a vast undertaking that at its roots is divinely inspired. I'm very grateful knowing this, and I accept it for myself, and if you do as well, you can join me in saying, "And so it is." Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm going to invite the ushers to come forward. Andrea and Lynn are going to bring the baskets, and I want to thank you ahead of time for any gifts you give to the center. It's really quite extraordinary that we all get to be here because we all give in whatever fashion we can to make it happen. So thank you. Thank you, live stream audience, too, for the gifts you give. All right, let's hear what you got.
I am open to receive all the good that is for me. I am open to receive perfect love and harmony. I am open to receive abundance and prosperity. I am open to receive all the good that is for me. I am open to receive all the good that is for me. I am open to receive perfect love and harmony. I am open to receive abundance and prosperity. I am open to receive all the good that is for me. I to receive all the good that is for me. I am open to receive perfect love and harmony. I am open to receive abundance and prosperity. I am open to receive all the good that is for me.
We had some technical difficulties with our live stream audience, and they're asking for the book, the author, and the page number. And so the book is How Then Shall We Live by Wayne Muller. It's an old book, but it's really valuable. And the page number, everybody, marked with the pink straw, is page 96 and 97. A wonderful book. And Phil Cousineau wrote the book, The Art of Pilgrimage, and honestly, pretty much everything I read to you I memorized, so I don't know where it was. So announcement time, and I'm going to invite our Gourmets for Good co-chairs to come on up. This is Sandy and Susan. Come on up so the live stream people can see you. Yeah, right up here. Yes, they have signs, and this is what we're doing today. So if you're brand new with us, or even if you haven't been here for a year, let me tell you about Gourmets for Good. You may recall that once a year we do a giving intention program, and we say, we're not going to ask you for money or anything like that. But then this Gourmets for Good thing is so fun that we kept doing it anyway. And it's an opportunity, the reason I love it, it's an opportunity for all of us to get to know each other in a much more intimate way. And why? Because 16 different hosts and hostesses agreed to make some sort of event happen. It could be a dinner, it could be a wine tasting, it could be a barbecue, there's all kinds of offerings. And they ask you to bid for a place at the table. The bidding goes for the next 3 weeks. So in order to bid and possibly get a place at the table, you need one thing. Well, okay, two. You need money. But what I was thinking about was you need a bid number. And so the bid numbers, if you've already got a bid number from years past, there's one table outside by the coffee, which is outside today, where anyone who already has a bid number can go and receive your bid number from the past. But if you're new and you want to bid, then there's a different table where you get a brand new number. Do not lose this number because this becomes critically important 3 weeks from now. If you really want to come to one of the dinners or barbecues or wine tastings, you need that number. You need to remember. And so the way the bids work is every person needs to have their own number. So let's say Joe and I want to go to the wine tasting, which we do. I can't put my number and expect anyone to know that Joe wants to go too. So he and I have separate numbers. I put my number on one line, I put his number on the next line, and the bid amount that we're willing to bid today. Next week, I go and I look at the sheets, and I'm like, oh my God, people are now paying $100 a seat for this thing. Joe? And I know what Joe's going to say, and I said, never mind, we're going. So the only exception to this is if you have babies or toddlers or little ones, they don't need a bid number. There are certain dinners and certain events that say right on the description, children welcome. And those are the ones, unless they're like my 10-year-old grandchild who eats more than I do, then you might want to get a bid number. But by and large, most children I know don't eat what we like. So not to worry. Feed them before and just have them come and play. Let's see, what else? So you bid numbers and yep, and then
don't cross off either.
oh, that's right. Sandy reminds me, one of the tempting things to do is to think that you could just cross off your bid and put another one there. No, go down to the bottom of the sheet and put it again with the new amount that you want to bid. Why? Because there are people at the end of this that tally all of the bids, and it's too hard for them to find your intention in the mishmash of lots and lots of bids. Oh, so you have to bid at least $2 more than the person before you. Ooh. So I have some advice for you. Get your bid numbers, get a cup of coffee or water or whatever, go into the classroom where all these dinners are laid out for you to read about. Be sure, if you are one like me who has your calendar on your phone, be sure and bring your phone with you, because we have had people in the past bid and get a seat at the table and then realize that, oops, it's Aunt Marion's memorial in Connecticut. I'm not going to go to that dinner. So be sure you know what dinners, barbecues, wine tastings you can do, and you're all set to go. Make a bid, and then next week come back, make another one, and definitely don't miss the third week on the 21st, where everything is finaled. And at noon, there's a favorite thing for the committee running this. They do a countdown, and then they remove all the sheets so no one else can add anything, not even me. So bid high, bid often, and have fun. Okay, so that's that. Now, you guys are the most incredible people, I swear. And the reason I say that is the youth group now has more than enough money to go to summer camp. And what I'm looking for here, maybe it's in my messages. Here it is. The committee that ran it, thank you to Robin, Kendra, and Jean. Some of them are here. Thank you to those who made the tea tables happen. Thank you. Thank you to those who bought a place at the table. And there's a hidden thank you that the committee wanted to make sure that I mentioned today, and that is that they asked for donations from different grocery stores and bakeries and things like that, and they received some. And so we want to thank Barb's Pies and Cakes, Costco, and the community co-op for donating for the kids. I also wanted to just mention, I don't know if it happened last week, but we had a pop-up that many of you signed on to, the Radiant Healing pop-up, and it raised $1,560 toward our coming office remodel. So, wow, pretty great. And then Tracy and Tom took the final donations we had for the food bank, 250 pounds of different foodstuffs for those using the food bank. So pretty cool. Let's see. You know what I did last week? I did this. I mowed, and I love it. I was never on a riding mower until I moved to Bellingham. Grass didn't grow in Reading. Lots of other things, but it was too hot for the kind of grass we have here. And I loved it, and I said to Joe, if you really can't get enough people to help you, I will do that. But he's looking for a couple more people to do mowing, and I really mean it. It's really fun. I don't know, maybe if you have to do it all the time, it might not be quite as fun, but Joe made sure we don't have grass at our house. But if you could sign up, it's at the Ask Me desk, which is in the back here, right? Where is it? Right there where Andrea is. We would love some more help. We also have another sign up, and that is for this incredible thing that we're doing. I don't know if you knew, but we belong to an organization called the Earth Ministries, and they're a nationwide organization with the Washington chapter, and we are a subset of them. And locally, we are in a network with a whole bunch of faith communities of all kinds. And our Earth Steward team would really like to get with other faith groups and work with the Walk a Million Trees project to save mature trees on May 21st after the bidding is over. There will be snacks at the site, but we would love to have 15 people sign up to come and help us. And the Million Trees folks provide all of the tools and the snacks, and they are going to start at 12:30 and be done sometime between 2:30 and 3. And if you can't stay the whole time, they'd love you to come anyway. And in addition to our group of 15, there will be some other people from other faith traditions who come, and we will be in the 100 Acre Wood. Do you know where that is? No. Okay, well, it's down in Fairhaven, and you know where the veterinarian office is on the left as you're going into Fairhaven on Old Fairhaven Parkway? You turn there and you park on that street and walk in to where there's a sign. It actually will say Hoag's Pond, and you'll find us there. Bring gloves if you want. And what we're doing is it's not super, super hard work, but it's important work, because these mature trees are the ones that sequester carbon the most. It's great to plant trees, but it takes them years to kind of build up to the capacity that a mature tree has. And so we're stripping ivy off these trees and other invasive species so that they can thrive. So we'd love your help. Sign up. And let's see what else we have here. That might be it. Let's see if I have anything else. I wanted to mention that men's group is canceled this month. It usually would be the second Sunday of the month, but it's Mother's Day. And so we're going to all think of our mothers and not go to men's group. So that's that. And so why don't we stand and we'll sing our way into bidding.
You all have a great week, and we'll see you again soon. 1, 2, 3.